All right, guys, how are you? This is Ron from the High School Sports Wrap with Ron Robert, now powered by SFBN, the sports fan-based network. We're glad to be partners with them. We're going to be doing a series of interviews with, trying to touch with all the, the high school coaches in Rhode Island, preview their season, talk about the kids and what they got coming up here. So I know a lot of them have some pretty key games coming up as well. We're sitting here with Coach Keith Croft from Bishop Hendricken High School. How you doing, Coach?
How are you? Thanks for
Great. All right, excellent. And Coach, Coach has been on the radio show as well, and he brought me some great athletes as guests. So I appreciate that. And he's given me plenty of good information, through the last few months. So Coach has been working with me well, and I appreciate all that. So Coach, I wanted to talk to you about your season coming up, because I 7 straight titles in a row, right? Putting out people like Quiddy Pay and other great athletes, and Chris Indel's one of my faves. What's up, Chris? Thanks for coming on my show, by the way, even though it took you a while to get there. Have to throw it in. Got to throw it in. But I want to talk about the season coming up, and your group of kids that you have, and how about let's talk about some of your returners and some of your impact players.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different for us this year. We've got kind of a lot of new faces. It was a tremendous senior class that left last year, so we have a good mix of seniors. We have some really talented sophomores and juniors. So I think one of the things that we're going to be dealing with a lot this year as coaches is it's a big transition for us. It's going to take some time to kind of find the right places for some guys, get them in the right positions, and I think our hope is to really grow as the season goes on and just get better each week.
So growing as the season goes on. Are you young?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say we are young. I think most people would probably laugh at that and say they're not young because we're going to have quite a few seniors. But again, our seniors for the main part are going to be first-year starters.
Right.
So I think we're going to be young across the board. I mean, we're replacing pretty much our entire starting defense and offense and all new special teams. So there's a lot of guys that don't have a lot of experience. That being said, they've played roles for us over the last few years, so I don't think we're going to have a huge learning curve with them. But in terms of getting used to the speed of the game and being what starters are asked to do day in day out, it's going to take some time.
Yeah. Now, so you put this product together here at Bishop Hendricken, and it's almost. I mean, you're on a 7-year streak, winning your titles, right? And so there's a level of expectation, I'm sure, from maybe you or your fans or the school itself. So I mean, what does that feel like, having that kind of expectation and going into the season?
Well, expectations are high. We talk to our coach a lot. You can never win enough. So I think every year people kind of expect you're just going to roll out. Whoever you roll out is just snap your fingers and it's magic, and you're just going to win every game and beat every team, and you're holding the trophy in December. That's not really the case. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a huge process that we undergo, really starting in June, and it really doesn't end until the first or second week of December. And we firmly believe in that process. It's a lot of weightlifting, it's a lot of running, it's a lot of practice, and we believe in it. It takes time, and we always feel that our finished product looks a lot different than when we start in June.
Yeah, I mean, the way you run your program feels like you're actually prepping these kids, to be totally honest with you, for what may come for them at the next level if they decide to play. Because I mean, you're running this program almost like a college program.
One of the things I said when I took the job here about 10 years ago, one of the things that we sat down as coaches in a room, and one of the things we agreed on was we wanted to give our student athletes a college level experience. And, we've had some coaches on staff right now that have either played or coached in college. We're always learning, and we're always trying to improve. And we're trying to give our kids the best shot when they get to college. If they hope to play football in college, they hit the ground running. And we ask a lot of our kids and our families, and they've been great. They bought in.
Right. Well, I mean, it's obviously working. If anybody can see, well, I had to walk around because I was a little shocked because I couldn't find the case, or the case says. But we found some stuff here, and you kind of know what most of these are. Maybe you want to tell everybody what some of these mean here.
So this is a special football right here. This is the NFL 50th year celebration they had a few years ago. One of our most famous football alum, Will Blackman, who's currently with the Washington Redskins. He played in the Super Bowl for the Giants against our beloved Patriots.
Yeah.
This was a special commemorative football that the NFL commissioner sent to every high school who ever had an NFL player in it. So it's obviously displayed in our case, and Will's been back a few times, and it obviously means a lot to the school.
Yeah, Will who throws the free camp here, right?
Yep, he does.
For the kids.
Yep.
My son went to that camp. It was a fun time, and he was a great guy, very open to talk to everybody.
Yeah,
And,
Will's been back, and he's always asking. We stay in touch a little bit during the seasons. I know, obviously, our season's real busy, and so is his. So we don't get to stay in touch that much, but he's always asking about the team.
yeah, great guy. And so this, we're gonna come down here a little bit. You got one of your footballs probably commemorating. I don't know which year this was. 2013. One of your Super Bowls, right? All the kids on there.
Yep.
And then this is my favorite one. Because, I mean, Quiddy came on the radio show. I've actually seen him a few times when I've come to visit. He's such a great person, and you don't even get an air of entitlement from him at all. This kid is, I can't wait to see what he does, but I mean, he deserves everything he gets. But this is Quiddy's jersey from the Under Armour All-American game.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on TV, and he got the 41,
Yep.
right, trying to represent Rhode Island. So, that, to me, everything that happens here really, comes from a lot of character. I mean, what does that say for you? Because, I heard you talk about it before when you were on the radio, the character of, bringing the kids to Hendricken.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we stress here. Obviously, people are lying to you if they tell you winning's not important. It is. It's huge. That's how we're judged. Coaches, players, the success of the program are always judged by winning. But one of the things we also try to instill in our kids is character. We talk a lot about being a Hendricken man of character, and like a lot of our players, Quiddy's a great example of that. And I can give you a little breaking news on Quiddy. He started practice this week at Michigan, and we've been staying in touch with him, and we've seen some video, and he's doing great up there. He's really, really doing great. I think he's opening some eyes up there. We've heard some rumors about him moving up the depth chart a little bit, so we're really proud of everything he's accomplished. And a lot of our seniors now who are playing in college. You mentioned Hendricken. We got Hopgood up at Bryant. Should be really fun to watch them this year, and we're hoping they make some noise.
Yeah, me too. It's great for Rhode Island. It doesn't matter if you're private or public school. It's great for Rhode Island to have these kids come out, right?
We had a large camp here a couple weeks ago. The camp that I run here, we had over 100 middle school and high school kids from around the state, not just Hendricken kids. And that was one of the things that I spoke to them about, and a lot of the coaches that we have on staff, the college coaches, is don't sell yourself short if you're from Rhode Island. And I think when I first got the job here, I believed a lot of people that said you can't play teams from out of state, your kids aren't good enough, the kids from Rhode Island aren't big enough, they're not fast enough. I don't buy that anymore. I believe that our kids can compete with anybody in this area, within this region, and we talk to our kids about that. We expect them to.
Right, and that's really the goal of what we're trying to do here. It's we want to talk about high school football. We want to talk about the great kids and coaches in the state, but we need people to know that Rhode Island's legit, right? I mean, this is where we're trying to go with this. There's some great kids out there and some great athletes. So to roll it up, so we're talking about Hendricken and we're talking about your team moving forward into this year. And I mean, you feel like you want it to be a growing season, but how do you think you're going to fare?
It's tough to tell. I know some of the teams that were playing early have a lot more coming back in terms of experience than we do. But we're going to go into every game expecting to have a great shot to win. We expect our kids to work hard. We expect them to play physical. We expect them to play fast. And one thing that we've learned over the years is turnovers and penalties are going to generally control how well you do in a game, whether you win or lose. So, early in the year it's always tough because you're trying to get everyone acclimated to new positions and new teammates. But our expectations have not changed. We expect to compete for a championship.
Yeah. This was Coach Keith Croft from Bishop Hendricken High School. We're talking about the 2017 season that's coming up, and I want to thank you for giving us the time today.
My pleasure. We always love to highlight Rhode Island athletes.
Always. So, all right, well, thanks for joining us. Real quick, we want to say thank you to Jersey Polak with Real Athletic Productions. He is doing our video production for all these interviews. And if you want to get in touch with Jersey, now listen, it was raining outside, so you got to bear with me. All my pages got wet. But you can always look up Jersey on our website at SFBN and on the Facebook page as well. But you need to get in touch with him because he does some really great videos for recruiting for the kids as far as like going on to the next level. And baseball is his main focus, but he's really trying to sprawl out into other sports. So you want to give Jersey a shot with your kid because I feel like he's going to help them with the recruiting process, which we all know is tough. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.